Settled next to the Willamette River, Autzen Stadium is a jewel in the Pacific Northwest, and the flock of ducks that call it home have made this one of the most challenging places for any team to come calling. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see the number 13 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Ducks will kick it away first. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So the Ohio... His offense will get the first possession of the game. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he makes big plays in big games. Watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big frame he can really utilize.
Throws to the wideout. Lost, the defense is wide open. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things like wide receiver U, but when you look at Ohio State, the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you can pick so many big names of guys who have been superstars, not only at the college level, but also at the NFL level.
Touchdown, Ohio State! Made the... his way into the end zone. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Oregon Ducks offense will have its first possession of the game. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? Both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
Man, it's so much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable, get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked.
Snags it over the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Now on first down from the 30.
It's just incredible. You see the arm talent in that last throw. The quarterback position is the hardest position to play in team sports. The fact that this guy is right out of high school and somehow in the conversation to win the Heisman Trophy, that's one of the best stories right now in all of sports.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Quick completion to the right. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
And, man, this QB has delivered all year long. All the hype coming in as a freshman. Like, will he get on the field? Not only does he get on the field, now we're talking late in the season about being a true freshman quarterback, possibly winning a Heisman. You talk about a guy that has handled every moment and embraced it and excelled. This guy has been phenomenal.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
What an individual effort that time, beating his guy and getting in the backfield and making a play. Ohio State has had so many dominant D linemen in recent years, right? The Bosa brothers, Chase Young. You know those guys are watching this game. They're proud of what they just saw. This dude is a game wrecker.
They're bringing heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Ducks will punt it away on 4th down. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Buckeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And he'll be brought down. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. And the Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Just plowing ahead. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts with the ground.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Pocket starts to collapse. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this QB already in the 1st quarter has taken some serious punishment. Got sacked a bunch, got hit a bunch. He's been targeted a lot. This offense needs to find some answers before we're going to be looking at his backup playing some serious snaps.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. And the Ducks will go for it on 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the...
And that pass picked off. Never really got that return. The offense is set up at the 30.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
At the 45 on his way. Open runway ahead. The 10. Touchdown Buckeyes. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Gets it past the marker for a first down, and that's the way we will wrap up the first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line on this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. They move the tight end all over. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
A little bit inside, a little bit outside. Nice job. Hey, keep them guessing, right? You run it up the middle to keep them honest. Now toss it on the perimeter. Make them set the edge on the outside with their defensive ends. They don't do a good job here. Nice positive game.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon.
No monkey business. First down, come downhill, run the fullback. He gets in the end zone. Let's not make any bones about this. Be physical, run that thing, block those guys up front. Nice job by this offense taking care of business in the red zone.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired. And
I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. The Buckeyes are in the hurry up.
That's a great job getting the first down by that guy. He's a big-time weapon. He's got the speed. He's got everything you look for in a wide receiver. And it's funny, you think about Ohio State football. Back in the day, Woody Hayes running the ball 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But recently, they've been recruiting playmakers at the receiving position because this offense has changed. It's now up-tempo. They're now throwing the ball vertically down the field, and they've had so many guys going to
strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. It's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too.
Just wowing down the field. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. To the ground, he's got it again. Still running at the 40. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. The offense set for a 1st down play. They'll try the run. And he'll pick up the 1st down after a tough run there.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got it burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. It doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Might as well give it to him again. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
Touchdown, Ducks! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the 2nd half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the 1st half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the 2nd half.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner goes down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you, and attack them back.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Looking to pass. It's Wheeler. They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2. The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety. Makes the catch at the 30. Nice return there, and he'll be dragged down at the 34. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. They're setting up the screen. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. He's going to pass. Coming after him. They get to him as he throws. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
And he'll just get rid of that one.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. The Ducks with the 1st and 10. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Oregon.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And they had the extra point to finish the drive. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision.
The Buckeyes will kick it away to crank up the second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. With jet sweep pass. Went to the running game on 3rd down and picked up 5, but still a couple of yards short. It's 4th and 2. This could be a major turning point in this game, going for it inside their own 40. The Ducks will keep this drive going.
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play 4-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Sends it downfield. Catch inside the 25. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. And the Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Back to the ground with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Just drives in between the uprights. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Alabama has a lead currently, but they've been in a dogfight all day today and haven't been able to pull away. They're up by a field goal over Auburn. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Looking for a man. It's Wheeler. Makes his connection.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Looking to throw on 3rd. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. And the Buckeyes decide to punt it away. Oh, and the ball's out on the return. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
All right, let's go return, guys. You've got to do a better job with ball security. You know these coverage unit teams, they got 50-yard runs at you. They're coming in with a big head of steam. If you're not making a miss, you've got to have 2 hands on the ball.
Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that first half, and moving forward now, they've got to try and take this running back away.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Movement here from the tight end. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Pierce. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
A couple of yards shy of the 1st down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. The give on 4th down. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
At the 40, there he goes. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
No. On that one, as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down here as they go back to work after the break.
Get set. Ready.
Touchdown Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And that might be a dagger. They push the lead out, and they are now setting their sights on their 12th straight win. And they'll try to tack on 2. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Here he comes with the return. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first one.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game, you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The Buckeyes in the hurry-up.
It's hard to imagine that that's his first catch of this game so far. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, and they knew if they were going to win this game, he had to touch it a lot. They had to get him involved. They haven't been able to do that. That's a big reason why they're trailing by so much.
Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. To the air, it's Wheeler. Fires to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game.
He lost one down the sideline. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They go to the ground. Gets a nice surge and crosses the 5 to the 6-yard line, a pickup of 3.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Fires to the right. The freshman trying to take a shot, but put just a little too much on it. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to get to it. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So after that safety, they'll kick it away from their own 20. Fair catch, called for and made. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. And the Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Grabbed behind the line. It's Reeves. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Going to the running game. Fakes his man out. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. This crowd knows when to bring it. Feeling some heat. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got his man. Got some room, entered to the goal line. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. To the air, it's Wheeler. Getting some heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Gets away. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. They're trying to get to it. The freshman able to get home with the sack. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. He's looking to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense defense gets the ball back for its own.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting a big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. They want that clock to run. Shakes off the defender. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
How about that play by the speed back? We hear about speed backs, and he's not the guy that runs in between the tackles. But let me tell you something. When you're trying to catch a guy like that, and you're running full speed with everything you have, a lot of times you're just trying to get him to the ground, and you're not trying to put a good shot on him, and then all of a sudden they're breaking tackles. Great job of that young man.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball. Save as much time as possible.
I've been really impressed watching this guy carry the football. It's been a serious workload. They've been force-feeding him the rock throughout the course of the game, and what's most impressive, he's getting better as the game goes on. That was his longest run of the game.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. He's got it. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! And the punishment has been extended. That might be the proverbial 4th quarter dagger as they try to finish off their 12th straight win. And the extra point is good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. First down for this offense. Used the play fake, now to throw. They're bringing heat. And a sack all the way back at the 5. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. To the air, it's Wheeler. They come up with their 2nd safety of the game. You don't see that very often.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
After this, it'll be a wrap.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Little touch pass to the receiver. And that is how we will wrap this one up. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.